What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. Happy Monday to all, and let's kick it off. Alright, first things first, we have to discuss the WEF, or World Economic Forum's annual meeting based in Davos, which is located in Switzerland. As always, Switzerland is key. This is taking place May 22nd up until May 26th of this week. And it's always funny, Davos based in Switzerland, just like that Bearable Guy 123 photo way back when. And keep in mind, the WEF has published a variety of papers on cryptocurrencies. This is June 2021, the Global Future Council on Cryptocurrencies. Now, what's super peculiar to me is that I cannot find it on the website anymore. Luckily, I screen recorded and did a video of this last May on May 7th of last year. The Global Future Council on Cryptocurrencies. And this was on the WEF's website, the leaders of the world, the 1% of the 1%. Now, as I fast forward a little bit, we can see the council. Catherine Coley, I don't know where she is. I hope everything's okay. We also have Danelle Dixon of Stellar. We also have Joseph Lubin of Consensus. And of course, Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple. We also have the Sheffield guy, which plays a huge role leading this council, and he is head of Visa for cryptocurrency. Most of these groups, I know that Uniswap was involved in the past, a variety of crypto projects. Some people running exchanges, some in some very high banking roles. But it's super weird because now when I'm searching it, I can't find it easily on the website. If you guys are able to find it, or maybe with that Wayback Machine, let me know. Just tag me on Twitter because I would love to see it. Yeah, so Sheffield right here, head of crypto for Visa. And right here by the World Economic Forum themselves, blockchain technology could disrupt the $867 trillion in the traditional markets, and it will. Now on the website, we can click under About and take a look at some of these partners here. Some of these groups that are attending and learning more about central bank digital currencies, monetary policy, sustainable development goals, and all of the crypto assets involved at this program, including Hedera, Algorand, Ripple and XRP, Casper, Alliance Block, Energy Web. I'm sure and wouldn't be surprised one bit if XTC or Zinfin has connections along with Quantum Overledger. Basically any ISO token I forgot. And a variety of others that are legitimate, that are focused on sustainable development goals, that are highly efficient, and are looking to solve global problems. So as you can see, we have Volvo, Accenture, one of the first investors of Ripple, Google, Amazon, you can't get much bigger than that. Capgemini, remember the partner, as if you caught last video, shout out to that one researcher, showing that Capgemini is with Swift, and they specifically said that Ripple's XRP is one of the technologies of choice to replace or improve the Swift network in cross-border transactions in terms of settlement. Coca-Cola, Credit Suisse, of course, they've been in a variety of documents. Deloitte, one of the big four. Deutsche, I mean, this is right on Hedera's governing council. Morgan Stanley, of course, many representatives all over the place, including on the Ripple team, of course, is a fintech. Microsoft, KPMG, another one of the big four. Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan, IBM, Casper Connections, and Stellar. HSBC, Hitachi, Goldman Sachs, GE, another one of the big four with EY, PayPal, Pepsi, oh, and this group, PwC. So we basically have all the big four. SAP, and please consider the Ariba network. I believe it's supply chain management. Let me look it up really quick. And right here, SAP Ariba network. Now keep in mind, SAP was the organization that helped trial XRP with two banks, Reese Bank and ATB Bank, a German and Canadian bank. And you can learn more at ariba.com. This is a huge, huge network. As we can see, 190 countries transacting trillions of dollars in terms of business commerce every single year. And this is really about supply chain management, the logistics, the tracking, as you can see, supply chain visibility, agility, and resiliency. And yes, they're going to be using some type of DLT distributed system for more trust, for more redundancy. And just so you see for yourselves, so it's not like I'm just making these claims, SAP and Ripple collaborate on cross-border payment trial using blockchain tech back in 2016. ATB Financial in Canada and Reese Bank in Germany. And this is in 2016 when 12 of the top 50 banks were working with Ripple. Now, Ripple is specifically integrated with Finastra, which is already like the top 50, top 100 banks in the world. So remember, Pareto's Law, the Italian philosopher, I believe, the 80-20 rule. If you get the top 100 or top 200 banks in the world and they already account maybe for 80% of the global transaction volume, which is trillions of dollars, that's the way to go. You don't have to get every little bank or every mom and pop shop. They are connecting to the technology providers. Cough, cough, CGI, ACI Worldwide, SAP, you name it. You have Siemens, you have Saudi Aramco, Standard Chartered. UBS, of course, an early Ripple partner, Verizon, and I'm really speculating that there may be some Verizon connections to Casper, Volkswagen, Visa, etc. And the reason being is because the COO, the Chief Operating Officer of Casper, specifically said that 10 exchange listings are coming for Casper, and this is a video that I've shown before. And big shout out to Rect Vojak out there. And they're also in talks with one of the world's largest telecom providers. And now that I'm seeing Casper at Davos, the 1% of the 1%, the leaders of the world, with Verizon and their documentation alongside with Kraken and some other exchanges, it's definitely interesting. And yes, guys, I am speculating in that regard. So out of these groups right here, which group is Casper discussing with? Is it Vodafone? Is it Deutsche Telekom? Is it Verizon? AT&T? Oh look, and we have Tata. This is a massive group on Hedera's governing council, and their court solution has XRP integrated. They're future-proofing. But yeah, that awkward moment when people don't think that Ripple's involved with the World Economic Forum and you type in WEF Crypto Council and Brad Garlinghouse is on the homepage. $867 trillion. At this rate, that is going to be a $1 quadrillion market. Meanwhile, let's just say crypto's at a $1 trillion market. 1 trillion out of 1 quadrillion is 1/1000th. That's 0.1%. Also was looking at crypto panic, seeing if there's any interesting news that came about. We can see the Chief Compliance Officer over at Hedera speaking side by side, the CEO of Securitize. I've seen him before. We have the CFTC Commissioner. Remember, the former CFTC Chairman, Christopher Giancarlo, is on Ripple's board, or at the very least, he's an advisor. Along with Rosie Rios, 43rd Treasurer of the United States. Already discussed this with Hedera and Nomura on Hedera's governing council. Then funny enough, the same Japanese bank is launching a new DeFi product for institutional clients and non-fungible tokens. So I'm rooting for Hedera to get some of their NFT infrastructure built because these are some of the world's biggest organizations. Biggest gaming company, as we discussed, Tata. A variety of these groups are also at Davos, including Google, IBM, Tata, Deutsche Telekom, and more. I'm extremely confident in the future of Hedera Hashgraph and the token HBAR. But obviously the goal of investing is not just about stacking tokens in crypto and acting like they're collectibles. It's about being strategic and trying to get the best entry possible, whether that's dollar cost averaging in a strategic way when prices are low, or waiting for a huge opportunity to enter. So how do I play markets? I always make sure that I have some exposure, some skin in the game, because if the asset skyrockets, I'm good. I definitely got to win. But I always like being half out as well to have options. And speaking of NFT infrastructure building on other layer ones, yes, I'm excited for the XRP ledger and on XRP. I'm excited for Hedera. I'm excited for Casper, and I'm excited for Algorand. Universal Music Group to release NFTs on LimeWire's Algorand marketplace. They also acquired Napster, so a huge music takeover. We also have the CTO of Casper Labs, Meta, participating in Women's Day Entrepreneurial Women's Summit at the UN. Wow, and discussing Web3. And this is also some great perspective. BNB went to $5, Ethereum went to $80, and a bunch of other coins went irrationally low before going 30 to 100x off the lows in 2018. The average retail investor will call it quits and leave during these 70 to 90% crashes. And the way to survive in crypto and actually make generational wealth is to be here during the hard days. Research when you don't want to. The average Joe will come back in the future when altcoins are pushing an all-time high price, just like they did last April. The difference this time is there is legit use cases in everything, unlike 2018. And I would argue, yes, it's definitely better today in 2022 versus 2018. But I think even in 2025, we're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, the majority of the assets in the market were garbage. They were scams. And if you can find an asset that will be in the top 50 or 100 in the next 3 to 5 years that survives, I believe you can make life-changing wealth. With a smart blanket strategy, you don't need every single alt that you hold to win. If you're holding, 7 to 10 altcoins and 3 of them are still in the top 50 or top 100 in the next few years, you're going to do very well. We essentially didn't even have DeFi in 2018, guys. The first big DeFi bull run and we saw tons of total value locked was in 2020. At the end, after the March 2020 crash. Question is, are we at the bottom? When is the bottom? Because when we are at our bottom, get ready. And keep in mind, guys, it's always important to go back to the past and try to remember how you felt during those times. Yes, this month of May was one of the bloodiest months I've ever witnessed in crypto, highest number of liquidations, without a doubt, especially since this market has been bigger than, the previous cycle. But in March 2020, when Bitcoin was at $4,000, XRP was at 11 cents, Cardano was at pennies. When we were officially at our bottom, there was a huge percentage of the market that thought we were going all the way to zero. And yes, I believe that many of the alts that survive coming from these all-time low prices are going to do over 50x returns. And just because I know there's going to be somebody that twists my words, no, I don't believe every single asset does that. I'm only looking at the assets that seem to have real tech stacks, real long-term vision, are still building. You can use different websites to actually see how active they are via GitHub and making different types of code commits. That's important because we don't want to invest into a dead project or a dying project. But the projects that are actively building have a much higher rate of success. Right here we have Casper Labs sharing this, Rima of Verizon, reimagining the metropolis, Web3 and the future of cities, enterprise government, blockchain adoption. So sharing again, Verizon. I'm just speculating that Verizon could be involved with Casper, if not now, in the future. I also wanted to emphasize that XRP and Casper are not competitors. They are solving two very different problems. So for example, like Ripple, the company, they've been building bridges for several years to help banks and financial institutions leverage a blockchain tech stack for payments, whether that be the trillions of dollars that are locked up in pre-allocated funds and freeing that capital in cross-border markets for settlements, or for even micropayments and real-time streaming. So building the bridges, getting all these banks and dinosaur financial institutions used to the idea of using a bridge asset that is highly liquid like a cryptocurrency. Now Casper Labs and Casper Networks, although they could solve a payments problem, they're focused on enterprise adoption. They are a layer 1 smart contract platform with a variety of rich features specifically built to help bridge this need and remove the friction to allow more enterprises and huge organizations to come use crypto. Applications on a variety of networks. So Ripple is helping bring the FIs and banks and all these payment providers into Web3, and Casper is helping the enterprises. To name a few features, upgradable smart contracts, developer-friendly features. WebAssembly is key. Remember that Casper for several years, because they've been building for years, has watched where other layer 1 blockchains fell short or failed, or could improve upon, and it's too late for them to improve. Casper sat behind and watched and is learning from those mistakes and improving. Significantly lower gas costs and a predictive gas function in the future. Predictable gas fees, weighted keys, governance, staking, gas token, all the typical use cases, driving long-term value to the Casper token. And if you guys wanted to hear the clip of the 10 exchange listings, the telecom giant, and of course the roadmap for Casper, check this out. You can follow Rekt Vojak right here. So it's Rekt _ and then Vojak, and he posted this on April 18th. And thank you for the tag They Live Crypto, a brilliant quick introduction to Casper Labs. And this video just came out today. Bitcoin utilizes approximately 0.6% of global electricity. And with Casper's specific architecture, they are 47,000% more energy efficient. We also have eBay launching a sports NFT collection via a partnership with Tezos' powered platform OneOf. We also have new partnerships with API 3 and Pen Fabric. API 3 has one of the largest selection of data providers in Web3. Please look at the Open Bank project with API 3. We're talking thousands of devs. So this partnership will facilitate developers in the creation of cutting-edge products and services based on AI and ML or machine learning algorithms. So Open Fabric has in fact implemented AirNode. Beautiful. And also back on that WEFforum.org under the About, I did forget to name a few groups. Of course, Barclays, Bank of America, which is RippleNet, Banco Bradesco, based out of Brazil, and I believe they won an award for RippleNet. Oh, and BlackRock. And BlackRock is over $9 trillion assets under management. We also have GameStop rolling out a MetaMask-like Ethereum wallet to support an NFT marketplace. This is the future, guys. It's amazing to see how far we've come in just a year or two. Yes, I want price action to return, but I'm talking about the development. Some of the news that has come out over the past 12 months has basically solidified and confirmed the future of crypto. We can see this genomics company is exploring non-fungible tokens in hopes of advancing precision medicine. You can learn more on Cointelegraph. You remember when that drone company was looking at Hedera hashgraph for technology? And then of course there were huge organizations like Lockheed Martin looking at DAG or Constellation. Well, look at this. Lockheed Martin, Filecoin Foundation is to explore hosting blockchain nodes in space, IPFS. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, you can find all cryptocurrency links and resources right here under my Twitter bio, my link tree. I want to give a huge thank you to everybody that likes and subscribes. I wouldn't be here without you. And until next time.